This video is on the subject of aggravated damages in a wrongful dismissal claim. The basic concept is that if the employer acts unfairly at the time of termination, and that's given a very wide berth as to what is the time of termination, parenthetically, then there can be additional damages claimed that are intended as compensatory damages for injured feelings because of the wrongful action of the employer. Now, the highest award given so far is $200,000, although that's unusual. The general range of aggravated damages is in the range of anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000. And the reason for the award is, again, the employer has acted unfairly. There's a multitude of examples, but some of the common examples are that the employer has refused to make a payment that was obviously due on termination. For example, the statutory payments or expenses that have been incurred and not paid, or vacation pay that's clearly owing, or the employer has failed to issue the record of employment on a timely basis, or the employer has made clearly unjust allegations of just cause where there's no foundation for that. There's a multitude of examples, but those are very common ones. In the schedule that you'll see below, I've listed all cases that have been awarded across Canada for aggravated damages and the amounts that have been awarded. Aggravated damages can be awarded even when there is an employment contract that clearly defines the severance payment. For example, if the severance payment is set at 6 months and that's clearly a binding agreement, then still, if the employer acts unfairly, those additional damages can become due and owing. There's no need to provide medical evidence to support the claim, although it's probably better to have that medical evidence. Another type of damage claim that can be made on termination is punitive damages. Now, punitive damages are much harder to obtain. They are intended to punish the employer for particularly unsavory conduct at the time of termination, and it's intended to act as a deterrent or punishment to the employer to avoid, to make sure they don't do that type of conduct in the future. Again, it's fairly difficult to obtain. When you're negotiating a settlement, often that's an issue in terms of allocating severance dollars or settlement dollars, because aggravated damages are not taxable, nor are punitive damages. I'll do a separate video on tax issues and settlement negotiations, but that's something to asterisk for the moment. So it's a very common experience now for courts to award aggravated damages. That used to be very unusual, but in the last 10 or 15 years, as you'll see in the schedule that I will attach, there's many cases that have seen fit to award these damages, and you'll see in the summaries the reasons for that, which go far beyond what I've shown as an example in this illustration.